should be asleep right now. Like, I should legitimately be sleeping right now. I'm so freaking tired. Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. So, this week we're looking at Eromanga Sensei episode 3, which, I'll be honest, didn't help me stay awake. Helped me want to go to sleep even more now. I'm not gonna say it was bad. I'm not gonna say it was bad. It's very, it's funny. Like I feel like the last couple of anime I just saw today. I saw Adam and I saw this now. I keep saying it wasn't bad. It was okay. And Eromanga Sensei, there were still some funny moments. The whole kind of misunderstanding between the sister and the brother Masamune, that was funny. When she's like, "You saw the other girl naked? Huh? Leave my room. Get your pants back on. Leave your room." That was funny. That was weird, but you could see they're really going some Oreimo vibes here, though. Like, oh my god, when she was holding on to him, he's like staring at her and all her. I'm like, oh god, this is like the main character of Oreimo and Kirino all over again. But in many ways, I hate to say it, Oreimo and Eromanga Sensei share a lot in common. Besides, of course, obviously the creators and stuff like that. It's almost identical with some of the character types. Like, for example, think of the sister for a second. She's really like Kirino in a lot of ways. Not exactly, but a lot of ways like her. And then you have the other one, the rival writer. You have her being similar to Ruri in many ways. It's like not exactly either with her, but very similar. The only one that actually kind of deviates from anything is Masamune. He's not like the brother from Oreimo. He's his own character, and I appreciate that because I think that would be a little too much of every single character being essentially a copy of Oreimo's characters. Uh, but the problem is that I still don't like how they're doing these split episodes with Eromanga Sensei. Like, I think that it would have been better just to have it like a regular episode. Too often they split it in half, where they do like one part being a certain issue and then the second part being another issue, and it's like, why not just make it one flow? It doesn't make sense to me. The last couple episodes have been like that. The very first episode really wasn't like that. It was just one solid flow of an episode. This, like, the last two have been where they cut it into half, where they have part A of a story and then like part B, and it's like just very strange to me. Instead, just have it where it's one solid story being told, not, oh, now let's focus on the next part of this. It's weird. If that makes sense to you, like, I'm trying, maybe I'm tired or maybe I'm not explaining it good enough, but it doesn't feel like a fluid story transition. It feels more like they split the story into two parts. You know, they're still relevant to one another, mind you, but they're not at the same time. Almost like they split two episodes and put them into one, if that makes sense. Um, it's not that the show is bad, like I keep saying. I don't want to make it sound like I'm hating the show, because I still think I got plenty of laughs out of it. I just don't particularly care for it as much as I did the first episode. Even the second episode I liked a lot, but it's it's not like these episodes, the last few, even episode 2, I didn't hate it, of course. Obviously I did praise it, but I feel like this show is already kind of hitting this wall. Like, it's already done everything it's that in its power to make you laugh, and that's going to be where it's just going to keep having those one or two laughs per episode, and that's it. That's going to be the whole thing, every single episode. And I hope that's not the case. I mean, comedy anime is subjective, so I guarantee you that I'm the only one who feels like this. There's probably 100 people watching this and thinking, oh my god, this is hilarious. How can you not find this funny? And that's perfectly understandable because, hey, it's comedy. Comedy is, again, subjective. It happens where some people find it hilarious and then some people will find it mediocre or not funny at all. It's like the same thing with Konosuba. Some people think Konosuba is the best thing ever. I love Konosuba. I think it's like one of the funniest comedy animes out there. Other people think it's ridiculous, and I can't argue with that because it's like that's what you get out of it. You feel like that's funny, then it's funny to you. I think Eromanga Sensei is definitely gonna be one of those shows that people will either think it's great or mediocre. I think that longtime fans of Remo probably are noticing the same trends already, and I think that they're going to be the ones that really are going to be judging it the harshly. It's like, I think for a fact that if you're a Remo fan like I am, for example, you're going to see a lot of nuances with this that it's almost like a copy of it. And I mean, understand why try to completely change a form that works. I mean, it worked in Remo, it was funny, it had that creepy vibe to it, but it still was funny when it worked. This show, they're doing the same thing so far. It's got that creepy vibe to it that you think the brother likes the sister. I don't think it's done in a super creepy way yet, but it's done in a creepy way nonetheless. Um, the one thing I feel for is Masamune most likely has a tragic background story because they showed in a sequence of this episode where it looks like most likely his parents died, and that's why they're by themselves now at this point. And that's when the sister kind of went into reclusive mode where she started not talking or coming in and out of the room. So I'm presuming that that's going to be explained later on at one point to show even further detail on it. But for the most part, it was shown briefly in this episode, and I mean, I kind of liked the character interaction between the brother and the other girl to a point, but I still feel like it's not that great, and I'm wondering what it's going to do next with the whole, he comes into the house and apparently she's dressed as like a maid, which is weird, but we'll see what happens next week's episode, definitely. Anyways, guys and girls, I am now legitimately going to go sleep. I'm going to upload this review. I am going to sleep. I am tired. I need sleep. So I will talk to you guys later. Once again, have a great, blessed night. If you haven't already, go check out my other reviews today, please. I can always use the help on making those more popular, obviously. And have a wonderful, wonderful night/day, whatever it is for you. Bye-bye, everyone.